What would you do if everyone around you made you feel like you didn't belong just because of your skin color? Would you walk away quietly? Or would you let your silence speak louder than hate itself? Today's story is one that will stay with you long after the video ends. Before we begin, what do you think? Have you ever been treated unfairly just for being who you are? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Skin Deep Stories, where we bring real and emotional stories that touch the heart and open the mind. It was a chilly Monday morning. The city bus was half full. People were going to work, some to school, others just lost in their phones. And there she was, Amara, a young black woman in her early 20s, wearing a clean white blouse, her natural curls tucked under a neat head wrap. She clutched her backpack close and smiled politely as she boarded the bus. The moment she stepped in, whispers started. A group of college students in the back laughed. An older woman pulled her purse closer. Amara looked around for a seat, plenty of empty ones, but every time she tried to sit beside someone, they shifted away, pretending to be saving the seat. Finally, she sat by the window alone. The bus rolled on, and Amara could hear the laughter behind her. A girl's voice whispered loudly, "Ugh, she smells like coconut oil or something." Another snickered. "Maybe she's lost. Shouldn't she be in the other neighborhood?" Amara closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Her heart ached, but she'd been here before. The subtle stares, the cold shoulders, the fake smiles. She had learned to fight hate with grace. Then, an elderly man stepped onto the bus, frail, trembling, holding onto a walking cane. Everyone turned away. No one moved. Amara, without hesitation, stood up. "Sir, please take my seat," she said with a smile. The old man looked at her kindly. "Thank you, young lady. You're very kind." As he sat, he noticed the students laughing behind them. "Why are you laughing?" he asked gently. They shrugged. "Nothing, old man. Just watching." The bus fell quiet. Then Amara spoke softly but clearly. "They don't want to sit beside me because I'm black." The old man's face hardened, not with anger, but sadness. "You know," he said, "people used to refuse to sit beside me too. But not because of my color, because I fought for this country in a war they wanted to forget." The entire bus went silent. The bus driver suddenly announced a delayed traffic ahead. Everyone groaned. The old man smiled at Amara. "I was raised to believe that color is just a shade. Character, that's what paints the soul." Amara smiled back, grateful for his words. Then, one of the students sneered again. "Yeah, sure, Grandpa. Easy to say when you're old and irrelevant." The old man turned to them slowly. "Irrelevant, you say?" He reached into his worn coat pocket and pulled out a small badge. It was a Medal of Honor. The entire bus gasped. "I was Major Thomas H. Everett," he said quietly, "the man who saved over 20 soldiers trapped behind enemy lines. And this young woman here," he gestured to Amara, "shows more courage, decency, and class than any of you have shown in 10 minutes. Just then, the bus came to a sudden stop. A pregnant woman boarded, looking exhausted. None of the mockers moved. They looked down, embarrassed. Amara stood again. "Please, you can take my seat," she offered kindly. The pregnant woman smiled warmly. "Thank you, sweetheart. God bless you." Then, the bus driver, who had been silent the whole time, turned and said loudly, "Ma'am, I saw everything from my mirror. You handled all of that with grace. You just taught this bus a lesson they'll never forget." The whole bus started clapping quietly, even the ones who had mocked her. When the bus stopped at the final terminal, the elderly man stood up and handed Amara an envelope. "Don't open this until you get home," he said. She nodded respectfully and helped him off the bus. When she got home, she opened the envelope. Inside was a short handwritten note. "Dear Amara, I own the community foundation that funds scholarships for young people with courage. You've just earned one. You'll find a check enclosed. Continue shining." Her hands trembled. Inside was a check enough to pay for her final year in college. Tears streamed down her face. She looked out her window at the night sky and whispered, "Thank you, karma. And thank you, Major Everett. Sometimes karma doesn't come with thunder or lightning. Sometimes it comes in the form of grace, through people who see your heart when others only see your skin." Have you ever experienced something like this? Share your thoughts below. We read every single one. And don't forget to subscribe to Skin Deep Stories for more emotional, powerful, and inspiring true life stories that remind us kindness is the loudest answer to hate.